Hello and welcome back. Today I want to talk about core wounds and realignment and what that means. So something I experienced very recently and quite unexpectedly was another triggering of a core wound of mine, and it kind of blindsided me a little bit because we often think that we've worked through something, that we've really healed it, processed it, seen it from every angle, and then something can happen out of the blue and we feel that pain of that wound again, whatever it might be. And in that moment it can really feel like, why is this still here? Have I done something wrong? Why am I back here again? And having processed the particular wounding that came up for me again, I started seeing and feeling that sometimes things don't come back because they're unhealed. They come back because they're just ready to be seen at a much deeper level. So it's like that spiral of healing that I've spoken about before, and it is just a deeper part of that wound. And I was listening to something on another channel earlier today, and it was before I was triggered in this particular way. And she was somebody who knows about planetary alignments and the different things that means. And she was talking about the new moon that's coming up in Aries, that it's conjunct Chiron, and Chiron being the wounded healer, and that we could expect to confront some old wounds at a deeper level. And at the time, I remember thinking, wow, that would be unexpected if that happened for me, because I feel really aligned, I feel really good, everything feels great at the moment. I couldn't imagine that happening. And then literally 10 hours later, I was triggered in this way. And it was just really quite interesting to observe that in myself. And whether you resonate or not with the planetary alignment side of things, what I do know is this, that whether that's anything to do with it or not, life in the way that it is does have a way of bringing up our core wounds, not in a way to punish us, but always in a way to realign us. Because when we get triggered really deeply, it's not just the situation that's in front of you, it's touching something that's been there for much longer and is much older, and actually might not even be from your own particular lifetime, but it's something within you that has been there for a very, very long time, which is why it's a core wound rather than just a general wound, if you like. And for me, with this particular one, it was the old familiar ones of feeling unseen, not feeling chosen, and not feeling it good enough. And I was like, wow, I can't believe that this is something that's appearing again for me. And that can feel really uncomfortable, especially in the work that I do and in all of those areas, especially when we've really, dove deep and we've done so many things. It can just feel like a real pull backwards and a bit of a kick in the teeth, if I'm honest. But processing it while I was gardening, feeling really grounded and connected to nature, what I realised was what was actually happening is just another level of realignment. And obviously in life lives, and sometimes doors close, things don't go the way we expect them or want them to, and something can happen that throws us completely out of our normal emotional stability. And then when this happens, that's when the mind jumps in, and it's always the mind that starts with all of the questions of, this is wrong, it shouldn't be happening, why are you feeling like this, la 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 la, and that whole kind of spiral of ridiculous thoughts that really don't get us anywhere. But the other perspective that came to me was that maybe when this happens, we're just being guided away from something that isn't fully aligned and towards something that is, even if it doesn't feel like that in the moment. And again, it's asking us to really surrender and trust. As long as we take responsibility and allow ourselves to fully feel the emotion that comes up, that's, been triggered by that event or whatever it is, as long as we just take responsibility to just feel that energy through, that is obviously still there in the body related to that core wound, then we can just surrender and trust, knowing that the universe can see beyond what we can see right now. And that's the deeper intelligence at play. And this is part of the process. It is, a deeper layer of letting go of the ego's need to control, to understand, and to make everything make sense. And it is ultimately for our highest and best good. I also pulled a card today, and I forgot what the name of the card was actually, but it was talking about the yogini, which are the deeply spiritual women that are connected to the inner truth. And they move through challenges, not by forcing them, but through patience, surrender, trust, and wisdom. And I realised that that's what this moment is asking of me. Not to fix everything, not to shut down the feelings, but to fully allow myself to feel them and allow it to move through me by sitting with it and just focusing just on the sensations in the body with compassion and curiosity. Because something is being healed. It's another layer of that energy that's leaving my energetic field. So sometimes when things feel chaotic or emotional, it's actually because something is being brought back into alignment even more, like a reset, a recalibration. And the more that we can trust that, the less we resist it, the easier it becomes to move through. So if something has been triggered for you recently, or if it happens in the next few days, maybe you can come back to this video. It might be something that feels really familiar, something that you thought you'd already dealt with. I just want you to know this, like I had to remind myself, you're not going backwards, you're not failing. You're just being invited into a deeper level of healing and into a more aligned version of yourself. So trust the process, even when it doesn't make sense yet. So I hope that helps someone today. I know it's very relevant for me, and I would love to hear your comments and where you are from. And I will see you in the next one. Thank you for listening.